Perfect time management. If you're on this site, you're looking at this video, then chances are you already know what time management is. But let's look at some of the problems and some of the benefits of getting time management really sorted in your life. First of all, do you ever feel like you have too much work? I know that I have in the past, and it can be a real problem. Having to take work home in the evenings or weekends to make sure things get done, coming into the office, going to do actual work away from your family when you should be having the time to yourself. Can't stay on track. Have you ever felt like it's like 1 minute you're trying to get something done, something else comes along, you're always being interrupted, you get this feeling of overwhelm, of being just pulled from pillar to post, and you can't seem to stay on track, focused on what you want to get done. Or you find that you do so much work and yet the critical things, the things that really matter, just aren't getting done, or your business, your finances, your life are not moving forward in the way that you'd like. This leads to a whole range of problems based around stress, illnesses. We're continually being told about the illnesses that can occur through stress. And I don't know about you, but when I've been stressed in the past, boy, does the whole of my life start to get out of kilter. Stress is one of the greatest killers of a pleasant life and having a really fulfilling life. And often it can be completely alleviated just by removing all the other things that we've just mentioned about the too much work, having to take work home, can't stay on track, feeling overwhelmed. You get rid of all of that and most of your stress literally can disappear overnight. Even things like where you say you're stressed about finances, but if you can get your life on track in all other areas, you'll soon find that your finances start to come into line as well. Time management is all about turning all this around. It's about creating a whole new way of doing things. It's about getting your life moving forward instead of backwards. It's about getting on top of your work, take back control so that your work is not controlling you, you are controlling your work. It's about getting more done in less time. Now, if I could show you, it's about increasing your productivity by over 400%. That means getting 4 times as much work done in less hours, fewer hours than you're currently using. Then, stay tuned. If you want to find out how to do that, this is exactly what these series of videos is going to show you exactly how to do so that you can move forward in your life immediately. So how do I know all this? Well, what I want to do now is just tell you a little bit about my background, where I came from, and why I know all these things. And one of the things that is really great about this, I had someone else video an interview with me just recently, so I'm going to just show you some clips of those. And then when I come back, we're going to move on to the first part of the lesson. I've been a serial entrepreneur for 27 years now. I enjoy it. I love working in business, and it's something that's always been a passion of mine. I've always enjoyed the elements of business to do with systems and production and sales and marketing as well, and it's always been my passion. I love helping teach people as well. It's been something that I enjoyed most when I was working, was developing the staff that worked with me as well. So there are loads of aspects of me, but it's all to do with business. It's all to do with creating something new. I've got a varied background. One of the things that is key to my background is variety. I've enjoyed many different things, from world traveling. It's been, again, passionate thing of me. I enjoy going to new countries, seeing new cultures, to various different times doing different sports, karate, tennis, and other sports that I've taken up in the past. Again, at every stage, it's about me just developing what I can do and taking on new challenges every time. I wrote the book originally, it started out as a training manual for my staff in one of my businesses. I really wanted to help them to develop and improve their own efficiency and get more done. And over time it got bigger and bigger, and it expanded into including a lot of different aspects. And then a few months ago, someone said, "This is amazing," when I showed them what I put together. "You should release it as a book." When I looked at it, I realized that it wasn't a book in and of itself, but that it needed a lot more work doing to it to make it complete. But over the last 6 months, that's exactly what I've done. I've added in the detailed information that was needed. So let's look at these 3 videos we're putting together right now so that I can tell you exactly what you're going to get from these 3 videos and how we're going to move forward. In this video, the first video, we're going to talk about creating the outcomes, which is all about goal setting, and it's in 3 sections. It's about getting around in life, from start to finish. It's about getting everything in order, in the right order, and it's about building a vision for your future. In the second video, we're really going to go into depth now about real killers of time management. These are the things that cause the underlying stress. All those problems we talked about earlier, the reasons why you're probably looking for time management, and your reasons may be totally different to the ones I've told you about. But these are the 7 killers of time management. And these 7 powerful sections will show you how you're needlessly losing 80% of your life every single day. How one tiny mistake can waste literally a month, a year of your time from just one tiny mistake. The one thing just about every room has that you must use to greater effect to really improve your productivity massively, and how your schedule is failing you. And just by using your schedule in a slightly different way to the way most people do, you can massively increase your productivity. And then why your to-do list could be your greatest time waster. This one strategy, this one killer alone is costing you probably about 80% of your time. And we're really going to go into that in a great deal of detail. And then in the final video in this section, we're going to look at the 7 steps to time management and how to really start to empower your activity to make sure you really make progress in your life. These are 7 no-nonsense strategies that will show you exactly how to keep your mind focused on the key tasks every minute of every day. How to stop projects running away with your time. Really make sure that you know exactly when to start, when to stop a project, and that you'll still get it finished even if you stop it at a point when you weren't expecting to. And finally, how to make your schedule work for you. How to make sure that your schedule is really empowering your life, not draining it. How your waste paper basket can give you more time every day than you ever thought possible. And I'm not talking about throwing away the big projects so you don't have to worry about it. I'm talking about really ensuring that it is used to maximum effect. And then finally, one strategy, one key element of everything that McDonald's used to massive effect that can really rebuild your life completely and make your whole life and work just work effortlessly. So let's look at part 1. Begin with a clear objective. And this is really, really important. There's no point in having time management unless you're really clear about the objectives you're trying to achieve. And we're going to look at, just in this section, we're going to look at the Wheel of Life, and then I'm going to give you a download link below this video to download a complete workbook that will allow you to go through step by step, getting clear on your objectives and setting some really highly targeted goals. But here's an important factor, it's just one thing I want you to consider. When you're building your goals, when you're building your objectives, don't just look at one particular element. It could be that you're stressed out because you've got so much to do at work. And that's the most common problem for most people. But also in this, we want to look at your relationships, we want to look at your health and fitness. Yes, your business and your career, your personal development, but also your leisure activities, your family, your finances, everything. You see, you may be in a situation right now where you're thinking, I'm working 10, 12 hours a day, I'm working weekends, bringing work home with me, it's just too stressful and my family life is suffering. But it may take you a few weeks to actually get past that and get over the backlog so that you really get yourself moving forward. And I guarantee you, within 60 days of taking on this system, you will be on top of it and you will be working far fewer hours than you are now and getting more done in that time. But in the meantime, we're also going to give you strategies here that will help you rebuild your relationships, rebuild your family, get out with your friends, have more leisure time, and make it targeted so that when you are still busy, you can still build those relationships and really have a fulfilling life. We're going to review the past. We're going to look at where you are now, because this is really important. If you want to know where you're going, you've got to know where you are and where you need to improve in your life. And be honest with yourself. Don't make it out to be really worse than it is. Many things in your life may be just perfect, just great. Doesn't mean to say you don't want to focus on them and improve them, but they may be, doing just fine. But there will be areas where it's not going as well as it could. So don't sugarcoat it. Really be honest with yourself. Say where it's good and where it's bad, and really be objective, looking at what things are right and what they're not. Which goals did you set last year, whether it was at New Year or your birthday, whenever it was, what goals did you set? Did you achieve them? What did you learn from either achieving them or not achieving them? Because learning lessons is a vital part of taking things forward. And what will you do differently this year? Because we're going to set some goals. Now, you may choose goals that are just 2-3 months away, or you may choose goals that are 5 months away. But I'm going to get you to work on a 1-year plan, whether or not you want to cut that down to 3 months or whatever. But what do you want to choose this year? What do you want to do differently this year in terms of your outcomes? And decide where you want to be, because this is another critical factor. Know where you're going. Select an outcome for all the areas of your life, not just about work and finances, which is what most people do, or health and fitness, which is another common area, but also your relationships, your family, your leisure activities, making sure you get out and meet people. And what do you want to experience? You know, do you want to travel? Do you want to do particular activities? There are lots of different things you may want to do here. Milestones that you want to achieve along the way. They build your life, they make you feel great, and it just reminds you of why you're doing all these things, so you make it through and you power it through. And then in the workbook, we're going to actually get smart with the goals. We're going to set SMART goals, which means they're going to be specific, meaningful to you, not anybody else, but really meaningful to you. As if now we really want to get focused on really making sure that everything you do is going to be exactly what you want when you get it. Responsible, time-bound, okay? To do the goal setting exercise, right below this video right now, just put your email address in there, hit the download button. I'm going to email this workbook across to you right now, and do this exercise before you move on to the next video. Decide on what you really want. Get really ready to achieve it, because the goal setting exercise is the first step in time management, knowing where you're going. Now you might say, you've already got my goals, I don't need anything else. This goal setting exercise is different to anything you've ever done before, and it is specifically designed to work hand in hand with the time management system that we've put together. So download it now, go through the workbook, really get your goals clear. It may only take you 20 minutes. If you already know your goals, it could probably do it in 15 minutes, whatever. If you're not sure about your goals, it could take you half hour, 40 minutes. It's worth it. It's just a few minutes of your life. Download that information now, get on with the workbook, and I'll see you on the next video where we're really going to start looking at how to improve your life today, from day one, immediately. If you take on board these 7 pillars of time management, you will see a major improvement in your life. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.